Hey everyone, welcome back. My name's Erica McCleskey, and if you're new to my channel, welcome and thanks for checking out my video. And if you're returning, thanks for coming back. So today I'm going to show you how I created this eye look and give you some of my eyeshadow tips and tricks that I use, along with some recommendations for brushes, eye products, and just some different hacks based on your eye shape. So if you want to find out how to create this look, just keep watching. Alright, so for today's video, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette. I'm just going to try to create something that's wearable for every day. And as you can probably tell, I already did my face makeup and my brows just so we can get onto the eyes. So what I like to do first, first I primed my eyes using a concealer. I used the Too Faced Born This Way, not this shade, but that's what I put all over, and then I just lightly set it with my translucent powder that I use on my face, which is the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. And to set it, I just use like a big fluffy blending brush. You can use something like this, or maybe even a little bigger, whatever you want, and you just dust it right over. If you don't have a setting powder, you can take something that's similar to your skin tone. So for me in this palette, I would probably take this shade, Tempera. Otherwise, if you have the time to blend more, you don't necessarily have to set it. If you want your shadows to look more pigmented, that's what I have been doing recently, and I've really been liking the result from that. But since I want this to just be like a easier tutorial to kind of cover everything, I figured I would let you know the ways that I like to do it. Another thing I like to prime my eyes with is the Tarte Shape Tape concealer. Otherwise, if you want like an actual primer, I like the Urban Decay. It's like in the purple tube. Otherwise, Smashbox has a really good one too. It's really up to you, but you always want to put something because otherwise the oils from your skin can mess with the eyeshadow and then you won't get the result that you want. After that, I like to take my bronzer, and then I just take this brush from Luxie. It's the Jadey Wadey 180 nose contour brush, very long name. But I take the bigger end, which is the angled, dip it into my bronzer, and I haven't contoured my nose yet, so I kind of do this all at one step. I take it right where this highest crease is, like right where my brow bone would be, and I run this across that area and just kind of feather it along there. And then when you're almost done blending it out, you take it down the side of your nose and flick it. So windshield wiper motions, and then flick it straight down the side of your nose. And what this does is just makes your eye look more open. It almost makes it look like the lid of your eye is bigger. So for me, since I have hooded eyes, this is a step that I really like to do. It's because I don't have much lid space, as you can see, when my eyes are open. So really your bronzer is like your first transition shade. So after that, I am just going to take a fluffy blending brush. This one is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH30. And I'm just going to take it in this lightest shade, Tempera. I'm just going to go basically all over just for my first actual eyeshadow transition shade. So transition shades will help your shadows look like they really blend together seamlessly so that you don't get any harsh lines. So I really like to layer up my eyeshadow. Next, I'm going to take the same brush if you want, or you can take something a little more precise, which is what I'm going to do. So this is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH35. It's another blending brush. It's fluffy as well, but not quite as large. So you can actually get more into your crease area. So next I'm taking this shade, Orange Soda. And you just want to make sure you really saturate your brush, but don't get too much at first, so don't really like dig in there. And then to make sure you don't have any extra shadow on your brush, I like to tap it off on your palette or whatever, or you could rub it on your arm. So then with my eye shape, since they're hooded, I do most of my eyeshadow with my eye open. And I have a little mirror usually in front of me, and I just kind of look straight on and do my eyeshadow this way. So next I'm taking this shade like right under my brow bone, basically where that bronzer was, but not going quite as high up with that. And you always want to hold your brush more towards the end, because if you hold it way up here, you're just going to get way too much shadow in one spot. Whereas if you hold it back here, your shadow will blend out much easier. And I like to do windshield wiper motions or little circles like this. Whatever you prefer, just to get it to blend out. I'm really just feathering it out so that it matches up with like the tail end of my brow. It just makes your eyes look a little wider and bigger. So using that same brush, I'm just going to take a little bit of this next shade, Burnt Orange, and put it right below that one, working it more into my crease. And you kind of want it to be layered a little bit over that last shade that you just did, but you don't want to completely cover it. Next, I am going to take a more precise crease brush. This is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH34. So it's a little more pointed, as you can see, but still kind of fluffy. Taking it in this shade here called Rustic. Now I'm going to put it more in the actual crease. So when you're doing your transitions, it's usually easiest to go from the lightest shade to the darkest shade. And then if you need to later, you can always add more of whichever color you think. And I like to focus my darker shadows primarily from my pupil out, and then I lightly bring it to the inner corner just because it makes your eye look more lifted, rather than if you do too much in here, your eyes will look a little more closed. So now I'm really going to start deepening up the outer corner and into the crease just a little bit more. For this, I like to use this brush from Luxie. It's called a small tapered blending brush. And I'm just taking this shade here called Cypress Umber, and I'm just going to focus mostly on like the outer corner of my eye. First, I like to pat on the eyeshadow, and I like to do it in like an angled upward motion so that your eye is like it's getting an eye lift almost, so that you're trying to make like this effect, if that makes sense. So then just bringing it up into that crease. And if you're looking for some good brushes, but you don't want to spend a ton of money, I definitely recommend Morphe Brushes. There is a store in Mall of America now if you are in Minnesota. Theirs are really affordable and really great quality, and you can get some really good sets. Otherwise, another brand that I really like is Sigma Brushes. They are also in Mall of America. They're a Minnesota company, so we have the only store, but you can order online, and they also have some really good brush sets. And I am an affiliate with them, so if you do decide to use Sigma, you can use my code, which is Erica, so E-R-I-C-A, and that'll save you some money. I just don't have too many Sigma brushes right now, otherwise I would definitely be using those, but this Jaclyn Hill Morphe set basically has everything. I got the whole set, and it comes in this fancy travel case, which I have full of crap right now. Alright, so now I'm just going to deepen a tiny bit more with this black shade, which is called Noir. And I'm taking this little pencil brush, that's the JH38, just taking like a tiny bit. And I'm putting that right in the furthest outer corner of my eye. And then just barely bringing it up into the crease. So if you want your eyelid to look bigger, you can like create your own crease, which would be more up here, which is kind of what I do. Otherwise, if you have a larger eyelid already, you can just follow your normal crease. But for hooded eyes, I've found that this works the best. It's just to kind of create almost a fake crease higher up. Okay, then after you have all your transition shades on and your darker colors, I like to go back in just with a blending brush that has nothing on it. Sorry if you hear something, it's Sasha, she's right here. So I'm actually gonna go back in with this one, which I only used for the first shade, and just kind of buffing over everything we did so it blends together even more. So if you want, you could leave it like this, just add some more light shadow right on your lid, just to make everything really natural and matte looking, but I like shimmer. So I'm actually gonna show you how to do like a little bit of a cut crease, which I really like to do just to make my eye shape and eyelid look bigger. So I'm taking my Tarte Shape Tape and this Morphe M204, which is just like a flat concealer brush. If you have a smaller one or any flat brush, you can make it work. But I really want to try out the new Anastasia glitters, so that's why I want to do this. So if you're not sure where to go up to, you can put it right along like your liner area. Look up and it'll make like a little crease up there for you, or a little line. And you really just want to like stamp it on and drag it down. So only going to where like my pupil is. Well, it's more like 3/4, I guess. So then I'm just gonna take another flat concealer brush. Oops, I opened my eye too much. When you're doing this, before you set it, don't open your eye all the way like I just did, or you'll kind of mess it up. To set that, I'm just gonna go back into this Tempera shade and go over where I put the concealer. Another great thing about a cut crease, if you mess something up here, like with your blending, this will basically fix all your problems. Next, I'm taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills new glitters in the shade Crystal Cave. And I like these. Well, I haven't tried it yet, but I like how they have this little thing. Then I'm taking my NYX glitter glue. I have this random paper, so I'm just going to put some glitter on here. And I'm also going to put some glitter glue on the paper. I'm actually going to take this other brush and just use this again. So I'm taking a little bit of my glitter glue, getting it on my brush, and then I'm going to dip right into the glitter. I'm just going to try to tap it onto my eye. If you're going to do glitter, you should probably do your eye makeup first. You should be able to wipe it away, which is what I'm going to have to do, but if you're going to an event or something, I always do my eye makeup first. And just be extra careful with glitter so you don't get it into your eye and scratch your eyeball. Okay. And then you can just take like a fluffy brush and wipe your fallout away. I'm just going to go back in with this pencil brush and just go back over the brown and the black just to blend it all together again. I'm just going right over that cut crease with my darker transition shades that are in that area, and just lightly feathering it over that so that they blend together. But next I'm just going to do some eyeliner. This one is the NYX Cosmetics Illustrative Brush Tip Liner. Looks like this. And I just really like how this one applies. And with eyeliner, same thing as your eyeshadow, you want to bring it more up rather than going like straight across your lash line. At the end, you want to bring it more up, almost like a little wing, just to make your eye more open, running this along my lash line. And out here, I like to take it like where my lower lash line would be going up. Follow that as like my guide, so like that. And then just bring it down to meet this other liner. Next, just go in with your mascara. This is the NYX Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. And wiggle it at the base of your lashes and then pull it through just to give them some extra volume at the root of your lash. Then just finish off for now before I go back to the lower lash line. Taking this other flat brush, JH42 from the Morphe Jaclyn Hill. Taking the shade Tempera and just putting that right against my brow bone, or right against my brow, not my brow bone. I'm just kind of using that to clean up under my brow and then lightly blending it in with my other transition shades. And then you can pop that in your inner corner too, or you can take something shimmery. So I'm going to take my highlighter. This is Becca Opal. It's broken, so I can't really show you. That's as best as I can show you. That's a struggle. And try popping that there. I'm going to have to get a white shade. I'm going to do this eye, grab my white shade, and then I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. I did this eye, and as you can see, I put on some lashes. I figured if you're doing glitter, go big or go home. So these are the House of Lashes Iconic Lights. And these are my new favorite lashes. I just feel like they're perfect. You can wear them anytime. And then once they're on, this one's a little pokey, so it's a little too close to my inner corner, but I'm not gonna have them on long, so whatever. It's literally like 8 p.m., so I'm doing this. I'm gonna take it off and go to bed pretty much. And obviously you can probably tell I did more of a winged eyeliner because I messed it up on this side and then I had to match this side. So, alright, I grabbed something for my inner corner, but we're going to do the lower lash line first. So basically we're taking the shades we used in our crease as transition shades and bringing those down to the bottom. So I'm taking this JH35, that's the one I used first in my crease, I believe. Taking this shade Burnt Orange. I'm just going to smoke out the lower lash line. I'm getting it right up against my eyelashes, but I'm also bringing it down, whoops, more like where the eye bag area is, I guess. Then I'm going to take a little pencil brush, JH39, taking this shade Rustic, bringing it up closer to my lash line, and then almost bringing it like right into my eyeliner, so it's all meshing together. Okay, same thing with this shade Cypress Umber, but I'm going to focus it more on the outer half of my eye. This will also help your eye look more open and lifted, rather than if you bring it all the way in, your eye's going to look more closed off. If you have an eyeliner brush, I would recommend taking that to use for this next step. I only have this one with me right now. It's the Sigma Bent Liner Brush. I'm going to take the black shade, put it right up against my lash line, and just focusing this on the outer half of my eye again. So like that. So just going back with that first brush I used down here, blending it all together. So then just to finish off the eye, I'm going to use this Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. It's the Armed and Gorgeous. I'm just going to take a little bit of this white shade. It's called VIP. Going back in with this little brush, the JH42, which is what we used up under our brow. Just going to pop that in my inner corner, like in the tear duct here. And lightly blend it up in with this glitter. And then down right here by our lash line. For some reason nothing is popping. Back on my brush. And give it a little spritz with the setting spray, and then try it again. Yep, that's all it needed. Which normally this shade is just like in your face. So just putting it right here. Okay, and then just doing some lower lash mascara. If you ever get mascara onto your skin, a tip I learned is don't rub it right away because that'll just smear it. Wait for it to dry and then it'll basically just flake off once you try to get it off. Alright, so that's the finished look. I hope you guys liked today's video. If you did, please remember to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And hit the little notification bell so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. I'll put all the details for everything I used down below, just so if you want to check anything out, you'll be able to find it down there. And I'll also link my other social media channels down below too, so if you want to follow me on Instagram, that'll be down there as well. And let me know what you guys want to see next time. Thanks. Bye.